Information Technology Soeb and Manik Shrestha. Today, the topic of our presentation is ITSM, Information Technology Service Management. We are doing it on Amazon Web Services. First, describing about Amazon Web Services, it is a company that provide the secure cloud-based services like storage, processing, and content delivery to other companies who do not want to manage the infrastructure to store their data or process their data. This type of services is done by other companies to minimize their investment or minimize their cost. They are free from those type of tensions or managing the infrastructure of storage. And AWS is basically runs on ITSM. ITSM means it is a activities that involves the designing, creating, delivering, and supporting and managing the life cycle of IT services. It means ITSM is the process from making our software or services to managing that services. Yeah. And in next slide there is description of ITIL. ITIL also is like ITSM. It is a framework which is developed by British government Central Computer and Telecommunication Agency CCTA in 1980s. It is a framework. And it have many guidelines like it focuses on value of the organization. It designed for the experience of that organization and be transparent to that organization, be collaborative, and keep the services to the simple. Because if the services is complex, then the other organization cannot use their services. Yeah. And in next slide there is life cycles of ITIL. There are 5 life cycles in the ITIL. We can see in this logo also in this figure. There is service strategy. Service strategy is the process that determines which service of IT organization is to offer and what capabilities need to be developed in the organization. Yes. And in service design, it is the process which includes the designing of new services as well as changes and improvement of existing one if there is existing. And then there is service transition. Service transition also makes sure that the change to service and service management process are carried out in a coordinated way. Yeah, coordination is the key factor in this ITIL. And next is service operation. The service operation process include fulfillment of user requests, resolving the service failures, and fixing problem, as well as carrying out the routine operational tasks or routine checkup tasks. And in last there is continual service improvement. Continual service improvement is the process to continually improve the effectiveness and efficiency of IT processes and services. For example, in an app there is continuous the upgrade of that app to make the app very effective and easy to use for the customer. It is that type of activities.
Hi, this is Manik, and I'm here to give you a presentation about the risk management for Amazon. So, what actually is the risk management? So, actually, risk management is identifying the risk that may occur in the process of life cycle. So, what the risk management for Amazon does, it actually ranks the risk on the basis of highest to lowest on the context of their importance and occurrence. And Amazon also anticipates and stops and identifies the attacks which are which may be from various third parties up to their customers. So like Amazon stops the fraud that will be happening or could be happening to its customers. So it also implements various strategies which is required to make a project success. So this is all what risk management for Amazon does. So the next slide would be security and access management. So what actually does security and access management does for Amazon? So it it helps to make the service which is provided by Amazon. It makes the service reliable, secured, precise, and systematic. So it also makes the ISM scalable, so it could meet any standards of which is related to security in the future. So the security and access management, it also implements data security policies which are effective and which help in sustaining, and also makes the exchange of data and information trustworthy. So the next slide would be about demand management for Amazon. So what actually demand management does for Amazon? So demand management is actually predicting, controlling, and preparing for the demand of the product and services which could come over time, which it also focuses on balancing the supply and demand for the global market. So there are various services that Amazon is providing, like Amazon.com, which is an e-commerce website, Amazon Web Service, which is a cloud service, Prime Video, Amazon Music, Fire Tablet, uh, Echo, and also you may know about Alexa. So it is a virtual assistant. So these are all the requirement that the Amazon is fulfilling in context of the demand. So the next would be IT service continuity management. So what actually it means? So IT service continuity management actually means that it maintains the quality that it is giving from the beginning. Even if something goes wrong, the quality, the standard does not get deteriorated or does not get affected. So it contains business capacity management, service capacity management, and component capacity management. So the next slide would be capacity management. So uh, what does it do for Amazon? It is actually used in the process of budgeting and planning, and it also makes sure that the available capacity is there to meet the demand of the customers. So the next slide would be business relationship management. So what actually it does, it helps to increase the business related network practices, like it is the relationship between the vendor, the customer, and the company. So it maintains a healthy relationship with customers, and it also helps to identify the needs of the current market. And the next would be financial management. So what financial management does for Amazon? It actually maintains the finances, uh, which helps in achieving the business model of the company. So it also maintains an equilibrium between income and
Once, my name
expenditure
is
of the
Mohammed
company.
Shoaib.
So
I'm going to represent the last four slides of the presentations. First of all, here the implementation of ITSM process on workflow actually depends on five steps. Audit your current ITSM operation and identify the gaps, and educate, communicate, and involve the stakeholder while implementing ITSM process, and outline the critical success factors and keep tabs on KPIs and metrics. Uses relevant tools to automate processes and develop a feedback loop from end user and other stakeholders. The Amazon service, the service web service actually depends on five improvement process, seven steps of improvement process. First one is define what you should measure, and the define what you can measure, and gathering the data, and then after that you have to process the data, then analyze the data, and presenting and using the information, and implementing correct action. And the most important part of the Amazon Web Service is damming cycle. Actually depends on sorry, depends on four steps: plan, do, check, and act. The Amazon Web Service actually used to map and quantity production in many to take the necessary steps based on the results to achieve a better result in the latter stage. The Amazon mainly use the Denning cycle for human capital, project management, and product growth, problem solving, and growth vendors. And the last part is conclusions. The growth of Amazon actually has been the integrations of the customer relation management and information system management to overall business strategy. And if the other thing is, if Amazon can adopt and manage the emerging IT technologies such as biometric, data science, biometric system, and artificial intelligence, provided better and quality service to the customers, then there is no doubt that Amazon remains best in terms of providing customer satisfactions. Thank you everyone for hearing my presentations.